Well, we've come to the end of a remarkable 2 days. And so before we go, I have to thank a few people. First, I want to thank the Hilton and all the staff at the Hilton, how great they've been to us. It was wonderful. I thank the sponsors without whom this would not be possible. 2 years ago, some people thought I was absolutely nuts. Some people have thought that for decades, but anyway. When we decided we were going to meet again and we were going to cut the price of admission for most people by 75%. But it seemed to me that we needed more young people and we needed more people who represented grassroots NGOs and people who didn't have a lot of front-end money. And we also spent more money trying to help people cover costs that would enable them to come here. And we made it through 2 years because of the sponsors. And I think you should give them a hand because that's all it is. I want to thank the volunteers who've been amazing. And some of them, when Hillary and Chelsea and I took pictures with them, I realized that some of them have been coming since 2005 and are still doing this, and I'm very grateful. I want to thank all of you who have lent your voices and stories and ideas to the meeting, on stage or in conversations. I want to thank Greg Milner, Luke Shield, and the whole CGI team. They killed themselves for this. I thank Kevin Thurm and the staff of the Clinton Foundation and Greg Hale and the Markham Group for working so hard. And my small, hardy staff, including John Davidson, Angel Arena, and Rich Vickers, who put up with me day in and day out when I worry like a parent pacing outside the delivery room. And I want to thank Hillary and Chelsea and their teams. I thought they did a great job this year. Never forget that this is a year-round initiative. The CGI staff is here to partner, support, and work with people to develop commitments and help them keep those commitments. So I'm most indebted to all of you who are commitment makers. We got 160 new commitments at this CGI, which, fully funded and implemented, among other things, will provide job training and skills and development for more than 1 million people, train more than 115,000 new health workers, a huge challenge in the developing world and in many developed countries, including the United States, and expand access to primary care for more than 54 million people. We had wonderful guests, and I wish I could call all their names, but I've known Michael J. Fox a long time, and he gets better every time I see him. And he's a brave, good man who should inspire us all. I was looking at the First Lady of Ukraine, Mrs. Zelensky, and I was thinking, she's a young woman, a lovely young woman. In normal times, she would be working at a job, raising young children, never worrying about the slaughter of her people. And she and her husband have embodied their courage and endurance with great grace and determination. And I was thinking about the Pope. Yes, you can clap for her, you should. And I was thinking about Pope Francis, who kicked us off. He's 86 or 87 now, with a young heart and a vital mind, still thinking every day about how he can learn, analyze. He's really quite a remarkable Jesuit. And I'm very impressed, but also very grateful that someone who believes in a culture of encounter, who is always reaching out and ask all kinds of people, including all the people that I took to see him a couple of months ago, ask me some questions, tell me things I don't know. I need to understand everything that's going on. I thank him. I want to make a special mention of the commitments made to Ukraine. What do you do for a country after a war has been raging for 500 days? Well, you help them go on in all kinds of ways. Some of these commitments will address climate change, but also just the sheer need for electricity by making clean energy financing more accessible. Some will promote positive social media use by young people so they don't give up through the work of AmeriCorps volunteers, a citizen service program started back in the dark ages when I was president. We are about to celebrate the 30th anniversary of AmeriCorps, and more than 1.2 million volunteers have served. I've been thinking over the last 2 days about all the things that we have learned in our culture of encounter, to use the Pope's remarkable phrase. And I was glad that finally we had an academic who spoke in terms everybody can understand when Dr. Lonnie Sciota talked about the science of awe. We're basically almost hardwired to find wonder in the vastness of the universe and in the tiniest acts of human kindness. I hope in some ways over the last 2 days, all of you have been awestruck from watching people share their stories or meeting someone new or listening to Reverend Barber preach. I look at people like Michael J. Fox, and I'm awestruck when I realize that the Webb telescope gave us pictures of a black hole that was 55 million light years away that could literally consume our entire solar system. Its magnetic pull is so strong. If the whole solar system went by close enough to that black hole, poof, it would be gone and turned into a pile of dust that would fit in a large thimble. Think of that. While being awestruck, it's best to be a little humble, too. Makes you think it doesn't matter so much who's on Mount Rushmore. We can't say we won't be able to find it in that thimble to save our lives. I'm awestruck with the prospect that we might be able to end AIDS. I remember when we started and there was no money. And there were actually people who believed that it was a fool's errand to try to get medicine to poor people in poor countries. They would never learn to take it 3 times a day. There would never be a sustainable flow of supply. The world is always changing. I loved listening to Winnie Byanyima, the new head of UNAIDS, or talk about what the end of AIDS would look like. All over the world, every day, people are being knocked down and getting back up. They go on all the time. I am grateful that I had nothing to do with this, but that somebody in our operation in putting all this together thought it would be interesting to put our common commitments into the context of just being awestruck by the opportunities that each new day brings. So most important, I am awestruck by you. You decided to come here. You decided to share your lives and let others share their lives with you. You decided to do more. And you did it in a spirit of inclusion at a time when all the fast money is on division. Said, I don't think so. So I'm going to leave much more optimistic, and I hope you are too. I was very moved a few years ago, right when shortly before his death, the great pastor, Billy Graham, was asked what surprised him most about his life. He said, it happened so fast. He was nearly 90 at the time. He said, it happened so fast. But it's the only ride we've got. And most of you are making more of it. We should be grateful, and we should keep going. God bless you. Thank you.